Hello. Okay.
Jesus, that man's a fucking lunatic.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Henry discovered the location of the bandit camp of previous subjects, and now he's off to discover his capabilities in preparation for the upcoming battle. Having a few Nighthawk potions handy is very useful in this endeavor. There are three main ways to approach the camp. One is the main road coming up from what used to be Skalitz. The second one is following Timmy's instruction and going northwards from Tamberg, and the third is following the creek that flows into Robna. All three approaches are guarded, but there's points where you can cross the creek surrounding the perimeter. There's also the option of approaching from the forest to the north. If you're coming up from the road from Skalitz, you can simply hop off the road in the vicinity of the wagon and follow the perimeter of the encampment through the forest. One of the things you come across if you go that way is the church steeple tower. It's a good high position that grants visibility across much of the forest.
They can see a long way from that steeple, and those archers up there, definitely going to be a problem.
It makes for a very pretty sight in the evening, but it can also house a lot of archers. The second thing that meets the eye is the stockade that the bandits have built to plug in the gaps in the perimeter.
A stockade? A handful of men could hold it for quite a while.
The two small bridges crossing the creek around the perimeter provide ready access into the encampment, but they are well guarded.
A bridge? That'll make it easier to cross the earthworks. There's open ground on both sides of it, but it's the fastest route for an attack.
There's a small clear path that cuts across the forest starting from the creek to the south. It joins up with the main road coming up from Skalitz, but the junction is well guarded.
We could launch a sneak attack from here.
Once you do come into the encampment itself, there's a large clear area, surrounded on two sides by two encampments, one for the Kumans and one for the bandits.
Good ground for a big fight, but not much cover.
To the north side of the clearing, there's also ladders being stashed up against the wall. Patrols will set off from each camp on occasion towards the perimeter. The main entrances to each camp are well guarded.
Bugger off!
But if you skirt around the Kuman camp, you'll come across an unguarded entrance on the northern side. Inside that entrance, you'll come across a chest containing some Kuman gear that you can use to disguise yourself. There's also a bottle of poison in case you didn't bring any, and you can use that to poison the various food pots around. If you need more poison, you can find them in various chests around the encampments. The Kuman disguise you found in that chest is very useful for getting into the camps themselves. But it's important you don't give Kumans a chance to speak to you because that will blow your cover. So while you can only spend a little time in the Kuman camp, a disguise allows you free reign into the bandit camp.
I'd like to open a cobbler's shop in Kuttenberg or Prague. So you're a cobbler?
particularly after the execution of the bandit who started a fight with the Kumans. It gives you an excellent opportunity to gather intelligence from listening to the bandits' conversations. Many of them are about just general conversation, but there's a number of them that speak about Runt, the person who took your sword, and about a mysterious boss who's even above Runt.
Stories about his
Wanna live
sword.
here?
Took it for some dead fellow and skellets. Not like he was gonna need it.
It's a fucking shame I didn't make it there in
Checking out the
time.
strategy
I heard there
for,
was some fucking great loot.
the raid.
You wouldn't believe it! Sigismund's soldiers just torched the place and left. The whole village was there for the taking.
Rivers of
Well, I hope Sigismund
blood and a
decides to pay a
bloody
visit to another
flood.
village soon. I want to get my hands on some plunder too. Neuhof was a bloodbath, I'll tell you. Dead women, horses on fire. Yeah. Like when the priest talks about the end of the world. I'm sort of glad I wasn't there. Don't reckon I'd sleep well after that. It was brutal, even for the old hands. I had to get drunk as a fiddler to fall asleep that night.
Bloody Hungarians! It's bad enough they take any yokel they find on some dung heap, but now these human dog eaters too.
What's your problem with them? Each of them's worth two of ours in a fight, and that's saying something.
I don't like that you never know what they're saying or thinking. And the way they walk around with their noses in the air, I bet they'll double-cross us the first chance they get. I'm telling you, one of them fucking Hungarians bumps into me again, and I'm gonna knock him out right there.
Hope I'm there to back you up when it happens.
Fucking
Cunts
sickhead.
need to learn some respect.
Drink no more today.
Have you got nothing better to do?
Did you hear? Yesterday, Runt
No
killed a
wonder
man
Rob
just
here.
for spilling wine on him at dinner. Jesus. That man's a fucking lunatic. I've heard stories about him would turn your blood cold.
Do you know anything about our commander?
You mean the short one?
Just
The one
wanna
even
eat
Runt is
and
afraid
sleep.
of? Didn't hear nothing about him. No one did. Stop.
Well, I heard all kinds of stuff, none of it too pleasant. They say he's even meaner than our old bastard. That shouldn't be possible. Camp life.
Better not talk about him. You never know who might be listening.
Who are you talking about? Runt ain't no midget. And don't talk about him like that. You know he could kill you for it.
Nah, I'm talking about the other one. The one they call Istvan. He's above Runt even. I hear he's planning something big. That there's more camps like this one.
You ever seen him?
Are you mad? Where would I see him? He's not going to deal with scum like us. That's what he's got Runt for.
Unfortunately, there's not much you can do with that intelligence, but it does foreshadow events in the future, and it serves as great world building. Scouting the camps is all good and well, and the information will certainly come in useful, but you also want to make sure that you weaken the bandits as much as possible before the upcoming battle. That translates into two things: poisoning food and destroying arrows. There's 4 of each, and unfortunately doing things like putting witch's potion into the food doesn't seem to have any entertaining effects on the people who eat the food. With a little bit of patience, it's possible to do the 2 food pots and 2 arrow stocks in the Kuman camp quite stealthily.
Well, you won't be shooting these arrows. The secret is in the spices. The fewer arrows you have, the better for us.
But the bandit camp is a different proposition altogether.
That's my aim. Well, you won't be shooting these arrows.
You can do 1 pot without getting caught, but the other food pot and the 2 arrow statues seem impossible to do without getting caught. So if your goal is to destroy all the food and all the arrows in both camps, then the only solution seems to be to run around like a maniac while being chased by everyone. It's definitely not the most realistic or the most role-playing approach.
You won't be shooting these arrows. Arrows you have, the better for us.
If there's anybody out there who knows how to do the bandit camp stealthily, please let me know how.
I'm back from scouting, sir.
Once you've done all you can, then you can go back to Soratic to report your findings. The information that you can share is determined by how much scouting you did.
What about archers?
There's a few of them and they're positioned well. If we charge them head on, they'll probably do us a lot of damage. They're up to something in the middle of the camp. It looked like they were making several long ladders.
Ladders? That sounds like they're planning a siege. I like this less and less. And how many of them are there? Bear in mind I'm relying on what you say.
And the most important decision is to tell him about how many enemies are to be found.
Every man that comes with us will be lacking somewhere else. And I don't want bandits pillaging some other town because there's no one left to mount a defense.
If you take too few, then you run the risk of being overwhelmed. If you poison all the food and destroy all the arrows, then it does help in this case. But if you make things easier by taking too many, that runs the risk of leaving the rest of the province vulnerable.
So Radzik sent me with an important message.
The next step is to request reinforcements from Sodibish,
He needs more men? What's going on?
and then onto the battlefield.
We'll approach from the south and storm them over the bridge. Form up. Forward march.
The battle itself is chaotic, because Henry wouldn't have ever seen anything like this, and there are certainly things to keep in mind, but it is doable with a little bit of patience. The most important thing is to avoid engaging enemies one-on-one.
To the bridge, quickly! Get to the other side, as many of you as possible, and hold your position there!
Particularly if you follow house rules limiting Henry's skills like we have. At this point Henry is still a peasant and he wouldn't be very well armored.
Not another step! Hold your ground! Defend!
The focus should be on engaging enemies that are already engaged and taking them out as quickly as possible. Reducing enemy numbers as soon as possible is the key to winning combat. Every single one of your soldiers that you free up doubles the advantage to your side. Focusing on that should very quickly turn in the battle to your advantage.
Kill them!
The second thing you can do is take potions. There's two opportunities to do that. One is before crossing the first bridge, and the second one is once you're done with the Kuman encampment. If it's an emergency,
Let's have a word about the price.
Aye?
Agree?
That's a... Aye.
Is it working out? No, it's working. Sometimes the mic gets stuck on mute. What up, dude? You could have stayed in that Discord call. It's actually why I am on it, so that when you guys hop on, you can get in contact with me a little bit quicker. I tell Jonah all the time, like, hey man, when you're ready to jump on the board, just jump on the call. Yeah. Because sometimes I don't hear your messages. I'm trying to jump on the board. What's it? Oh, that's right. That'd be girl, fix my fucking clothes,
Why
baby
didn't-
girl.
I've got something.
What do you take me for, Henry? Your person?
Wouldn't you like to?
In-
I've got something.
What do you take me for?
Oh. Talking about fucking Jonah? You ready to get on? Let me fix this shit real quick. So I'm ready on this game. Mix and try to play it. And then I'll fucking hop on. Yeah! My phone service isn't working right now, so I can't text them. I just switched services, and for whatever reason my texting is just broken now. I can't text, so I can't reach out to them. I'll try to hit him up on Discord and see if he answers. It's because he goes to sleep and then wakes up whenever he gets the bad signal.
Ow!
That's what he does.
God save you.
God save you. Oh shit. It's not even that expensive.
Let's talk. Oh,
What about?
that's not.
That's not enough. Really bad, really bad.
Aye, for that amount.
Alright, cool. Come back here. Let's see what you got, huh? The apron for some reason is always like it's for whatever reason the strongest thing right now. 1.5, huh? 46, 55, 42. No, that's it. 45, 54, 40. 46, 42. It's not even that much. Probably good. Alright guys. I'm switching over to boil real quick. Hey, Dorito, give me a second. I gotta clean up the spot. It's pretty fucking messy, so give me a second. Trying to call Jonah real quick too. Hmm. No, he's not answering. I'm gonna start cleaning up the spot real quick. And if you want to join the freaking to board this Discord, I'll hop in once I'm actually cleaned up and jumping on.